Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry that I have to repeat this, but if you were live with me on Instagram, welcome back. I wasn't able, or I didn't see the button to save that video so I could post it on here for everybody else that doesn't have Instagram. So I'm going to do this video again, which I don't mind because I love these books. So if you've already watched the live video, a lot of what I'm going to say is probably the same. There may be a couple little different things, but for the most part, it's the same. So let's get started. This is the first book. I'm just kidding. Well, it is the first book, but I took the jacket cover off because I was telling the students I hate them when I do read-alouds because they just fall off. This is the first book. It is called Sulwe, and it is by Lupita Nyong'o. I hope I said that right. But this book is a beautiful story about how to see the beauty within yourself no matter what you look like. So, parents, if you have tissues nearby, you might need them. The first time I read this, the first, second, and third time I read this story, I cried. So, here you go. That's why they have jacket covers. Sulwe. Sulwe was the color of midnight. The illustrations are absolutely beautiful in this too. I know my friend April Stott will really appreciate them. She looked nothing like her family. Not even a little. Not even at all. Mama was the color of dawn. Baba was the color of dusk. And Mish, her sister, was the color of high noon. Hardly anyone at school looked like Sulwe either. People gave her sister Mish pet names like Sunshine and Ray and Beauty. People gave Sulwe names like Blackie, Darky, and Night. Sulwe felt very hurt every time, so she hid away while her sister made lots of friends. That's not very nice. Sulwe dreamed of being the same color as her sister. She wanted real friends too. So she's sitting on her bed, and this is her dreaming or daydreaming about having friends. I believe this is her sister here, here, and here. So she got the biggest eraser that she could find and tried to rub off a layer or two of her darkness. That hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to makeup. Oh no. She would hear about this from Mama. Have you girls ever gotten into your mama's makeup and ended up looking kind of silly? Or spilling it? I know my daughter has. Sulwe decided to work from the inside out and ate only the lightest and brightest foods. So here she has a banana and white bread and milk, and I think that's cheese and noodles and mayonnaise and mushrooms and popcorn and cauliflower, crackers and sugar, all things that are light in color. With a stomach ache, she went to bed early and turned to God for a miracle. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like the dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents I'm from. I want to be beautiful and not just to pretend. I want to have daylight. I want to have friends. If you hear me, I would like to comply. May I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky. Amen. When Mama came to wake her for school the next morning, Sulwe rose to find not a trace of daylight on her midnight skin. Sulwe told Mama everything. Mama asked, "What is your name?" "Sulwe," she muttered. "And what does it mean?" "Star," Sulwe whispered. Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. As for beauty, Mama said, rubbing Sulwe's stomach the way she always did to comfort her, you are beautiful. Sulwe sighed. How could she, as dark as she was, have brightness in her? How could she have beauty when no one but her mother seemed to see it? How could she be a star? I think I missed this sentence in the last video. That night, a shooting star appeared at Sulwe's window. "The night sent me," the star said. "Come with me." So here's the star. I know there's kind of a glare, but let me see. Nope. So here's the star. It came in through her window, swooshed around her, and it's asking her to follow. "Long ago, at the beginning of time," said the star, "there was night and day, and they were sisters." So if you can see, you can kind of see that the night has a face and the day has a face. They loved each other very much. People gave day pet names like lovely and nice and pretty. People gave night names like scary and bad and ugly. She felt hurt every time. Oh my gosh, the glare is crazy. Let me get a little bit of it off. Switch. There we go. That's a little better. Guys, you're just going to see my kitchen, my messy kitchen. Well, Night got fed up and walked right off the earth. There had to be a way to get her back. Day set off to find Night, and she did. "I miss you," said Day. "I miss you too," said Night, "but you don't know what it's like to be treated badly for being dark." "You're right, I don't," replied Day, "but I do know that we need you just the way you are. Come and see." Night returned, and the people rejoiced. "We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves." The stars chimed in. "Brightness isn't just for daylight. Light comes in all colors, and sunlight can only be seen in the dark. While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a silver sheen, elegant and fine." You guys ever been camping in the desert or camping in general and look up at the sky at night and it's just like full of stars, and then you look back on the ground or in your surroundings and everything kind of looks like almost like you're in a black and white picture, like it's silver and there's shadows, but it looks really pretty? This is what they're talking about. Day told her sister, "When you are the darkest is when you are the most beautiful. It's when you are the most you." Could it be that Night did not need to change? Not even a little? Not even at all? Now that Day and Night were back together, a little bit of Night returned to Day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of Day returned to the Night in the form of moonlight. They were both inseparable from that moment on, and promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people chose to see it or not. This is my favorite picture in the book, because if you think about the day turning into night, this part would be sunset, and then the night turning into day, it would be sunrise, right? "You see," the star explained, "we need them both, on their sunniest day, on their darkest night, and every shade in between. Together they make the world we know, light, dark, strong, and beautiful." Sulwe rose the next morning beaming. There would be no hiding anymore. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful, bright and strong. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, she could look up at the sky on the darkest night to see for herself. Sulwe felt beautiful inside and out. The end. I love that story. I think it's a gorgeous story. So as I was thinking about, okay, maybe we're done, just one book is good, I thought again and said, one book is never enough. So I went and grabbed another one, and it is so funny. It's silly. I hadn't read it until a couple of days ago, and since then, haven't stopped reading it since. So this book is called Memoirs of a Goldfish. Again, I'm going to take off the jacket cover because they just fall off every time I do a read aloud. Memoirs of a Goldfish by, Devin, Scillian, and illustrated by Tim Bowers. We do have this book in the library, you guys, so when we go back to school, you can check this book out. All right, let's see about this guy. Oh, and parents. I had another parent in the live video mention that this is life right now for all parents. This is how we're feeling. So, true, realistic quarantine journal. So, you might get a kick out of this. Memoirs of a Goldfish. Day 1. I swam around my bowl. Day 2. I swam around my bowl. Twice. Day 3. I swam around my bowl. I thought about taking a nap, but fish don't sleep. So I swam around my bowl. Day 4. I got some company today. I don't like the looks of him one bit. He doesn't say anything. He just bubbles. Day 5. Mr. Bubble still hasn't said a word. He just looks at me. I said hello today, and he said, he's creepy. Day 6. Today, my bowl looks like a garden. There are a bunch of plants in here now. I guess I'll have to water them. Great. Day 7. Mr. Bubbles and I now have company. He's a snail. He says his name is Mervin, and he likes to eat the slime off the inside of the bowl. He's disgusting. Day 8. Things are getting very crowded. While watering the plants, I met a crab named Fred. I offered him my fin, and he nearly cut it off. Even Mr. Bubbles is afraid of him. Fred says I should stay on my side of the bowl. Look, I said, the whole bowl is my side of the bowl. He snapped his claw, and Mervin fainted. I gotta get out of here. Day 9. That does it. My bowl now contains a sunken pirate ship, 2 guppies named Rhonda and Clark, and an angelfish named Cha-Cha, who says she's from Hollywood. I can't turn around without bumping into something. At least Mervin is happy. There's so much gunk on the side of the bowl every day. Look at him up here, all squished. Day 10. This is ridiculous. I was trying to find room for a swim today when Rhonda and Clark told me they're going to have babies soon. Like there's room for that. Fred knocked over Mr. Bubbles, and he became tangled in the plants. Cha-Cha said she couldn't help with Mr. Bubbles, but needed me to apply her sunscreen. The sides of the bowl are covered in slime, and Mervin says he's too full to eat anymore. Ugh. Oh no. Stuck. Day 11. I am a nervous wreck. Trying to avoid Fred, I turned around quickly this morning and came face to face with my reflection in a mirror. I nearly jumped out of my gills. I don't even look like myself anymore. I need to relax. Day 12. I've had it. Ron and Clark were racing around the bowl. Fred was fighting with Mr. Bubbles. Mervin kept belching, and Cha-Cha told me I was standing in her light. I just lost it. This is my bowl, I screamed. I want my bowl back. Day 13. I got my wish. Sort of. With a whoosh and a splash, a clank and a plunge, I was suddenly in a very tiny bowl of clear, pure water. It was small, but it was all mine. It was heavenly. I swam around my new bowl. Twice. I started to wonder, what had happened to everyone? When I last saw Mr. Bubbles, he was tangled in green. Who would help him? Poor Mervin was probably sick as a dogfish. He needs me. Cha-Cha would get a sunburn without me around. What about Rhonda and Clark? Ugh, did Rhonda have her baby guppies? There are probably 1,000 of them. They need me to make guppy bottles and change guppy diapers. Even Fred needs me. I'm the only one who can really talk to that crabby guy. Have they even noticed I'm gone? Does anyone miss me? I started to cry. It's not that easy for a fish to do. After a long, sad night, there was a whoosh, and a splash, and a clank, and a plunge, and I was suddenly sprayed in the face by Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles gurgled a happy tune. Ron and Clark raced by me like 2 speedboats, followed by 12 of the cutest baby guppies you've ever seen. Mervin waved his tail at me from the nice clean glass of our enormous tank. Cha-Cha sat happily beneath an umbrella. I think even Fred missed me. We're all back together. I looked around and realized I was part of a big family. I guess I must have smiled because Clark said, "You look happy." I wanted to see for myself. "Where's the mirror?" I asked. "What mirror?" said Clark. "We don't have a mirror," said Fred. "No mirror? I wonder. No wonder I didn't look like myself. It wasn't me I was seeing." Her name is Gracie. She's the color of a fresh tangerine. She's a Pisces, just like me. And today, we're going to swim around the tank together. Twice. The end. Oh, I love that story. It's so fun. Well, I'm going to hit the road, guys. I'm hoping I get to do more of these as the weeks go on. And who knows, if you guys really like them, maybe even after spring break and we're back in school and all of this is all over with, maybe I'll keep uploading videos for you guys. Maybe it'll just be a normal thing now because I think it's really fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And I think that maybe if this goes for far enough, maybe we'll see about doing a whole read aloud with Ryan and Craig in the future. Like in the future. I would have to travel for that. So we'll definitely see because that would be something I'd totally be interested in. So Ryan and Craig, if you guys are watching this, we're totally interested. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will be keeping your parents updated on as to whether or when the next read aloud is. It probably won't be live just because of the issue we had this time. So because of the issues, we just probably won't do them live anymore because I can't save them and I want everyone to be able to enjoy them. So I'll just be posting them here and on YouTube, and I'll put up links so that you guys will have them and you can just watch them over and over and over again. Sound good? I think it sounds great. All right. Have a great rest of your week, guys.